Hey everybody, welcome back to a new series, and it's gonna be back to the roots, back to the Endless series, back to Endless Space, 2nd edition. Endless Space 2 is a game we're gonna play for two reasons. One, I didn't get to play it much, neither offline nor on the channel, and I didn't really finish a series properly. I think I lost one, the first one with the Sophons, where we just got beat in the beta, I think, is with the score victory of the... Ooh, I forgot which one. The faction that is about dust, pretty much. And the second one, the Empire, I didn't never finish, sadly. So, yeah, I think that's enough reasons for playing the game, right? So, aside, it's also an awesome game, so that's a third good reason. And for content, I did buy all the expansion packs and the add-ons that can be bought, except for music and community stuff that I didn't really want to spend time on figuring out how to activate, except the Awakening expansion, because what I read, people are really torn on it. It doesn't add much to the game, is the opinion of some. It's buggy, it overcomplicates things that shouldn't be overcomplicated. So that's the one side. The other side, it says it brings a great new dimension, the academy becomes more alive and more relevant. I don't know. I feel like the game's pretty complicated on its with the 3 expansion packs already for somebody who didn't play it as much. So I think we'll get into this, and then you guys let me know in the comments if I'm missing out on great content, and then obviously I'm gonna deliver another series, maybe play the Race of the Awakening or whatever, but with this content enabled. It's not that I cheaped out of paying $6 for the expansion, it's just I felt it wouldn't add much. But you guys can correct me anyway. I think the game is awesome on its own, even without expansion packs, but with the 3 we have and the add-ons, I think we're gonna be good. I think it's an enjoyable game. Anything more? No, except take a second to admire the great art of the game. This, I think, is even the Hissho fleet that we see here, with the behemoth in the background. It's just, I don't know, these guys just do a great job of making things look beautiful and designing great UIs. I think that's really Amplitude Studios' forte, and you can see it here on the start screen. Okay, enough admiring. Let's get into the game. First thing we have to do is, of course, pick a race. And, well, you guys know me. I like my diplomacy to be simple. To declare war or not to declare war? That is the question. And, well, there's kind of 2 factions that fit that bill. The Cravers and the Hissho. And while I would really love and probably will eventually play the Cravers, I think they're more, like, I already know what they feel like. The Hissho, they got a bit of a change, and they have a new resource that I'm really interested in. The Hissho are honor-bound, which means they don't have approval anymore, which is one of the most essential stats in your empire. But they have K, which you can get through warfare, through conquering, through space battles, through, I think, also exploration. So you have to constantly expand and fight to keep your people happy, which is an awesome system, I think. But I also assume you will have to pay certain stuff with that resource, or it's gonna get drawn over time. Like if you didn't fight for a while, it's, I don't know, we're gonna find out, but that really intrigues me, and I really love the style of the Hissho. So the Hissho it's gonna be. So that is the first order of business done. Now I set all these to random already, and luckily the game saved my decision there, because I kind of don't like it to know who you're fighting. I don't know, it's just me, it's just weird maybe, but that is me. What do we have here? Spiral, 4 arms, 2 arms. Sure, let's make a spiral. And for game difficulty, I think the standard is normal. My logic goes as follows. I'm experienced with 4X, even though I didn't play many in the recent year or 2, but you never, it's like riding a bike, right? You never unlearn that stuff. Pretty much I wasted my youth on playing 4X, so I should be good. Then I also have Endless Space and, in general, Endless game experience. So we're gonna be serious. Impossible, I think you would have to have a pretty good grasp of the mechanics, which I don't yet have. And Endless, of course, I only beat the game twice on Endless, the predecessor. So we're gonna keep that for a later date. But I think Serious is difficult enough that you guys get to laugh at me, but I do have a fair chance of winning and a realistic chance of losing, which I think kind of makes it more fun to watch. Don't you agree? Because if it's all easy, just building up and living out my power fantasy, I mean, yeah, that I can do that on my own time, but it's not really fun to watch, I think. Anything else? I don't think. Recommended for 6 players. Sure, let's go for large, whatever. Density, I don't fiddle with that. Maybe off screen I'll check it out, but for now I think we're good. So let's start the game and see what we get for a starting system. Sorry guys, my voice is needs some oil in the form of tea. I'm gonna let the opening sequence just run and you guys can enjoy it if you didn't see it yet. Every faction has a little intro video and explaining what they're about. And of course you can see what they're about in this screenshot here already. Don't you love that art? I certainly do. Except the helmets seem a bit impractical. Oh, I'll try.
From the beginning, a warrior prepares for sacrifice. Touched by blood, the sword becomes the soul of its wielder. We fight, free of our past as gladiators and slaves, to seek our own renown and honor, to follow our own gods. For the warrior walks a path, but the blade foresees it and remembers it. The blade, however, like the warrior, has its own secrets.
Well, there we go. This here's also gonna be some text that they read, but yeah, we're gonna skip that part and just say okay. Good. So here we are in one of the arms of the spiral galaxy, and we can't see ourselves anymore. Ah, there we are. Okay, and we got 3 routes that we could pick from. But let's first take a little bit of an inventory what we have available. We got a little bit of a fleet with the Hissho. Like every faction, we have Scout, which is the Peregrine, and we got a Brute Ship, which is a colonizer, I assume. Yes, it is. If my mouse would stay over it. There we go. Colonizer, small. So with that one, we can colonize planets. We got also, which I think is unique to the Hissho, a behemoth, and it is the economic behemoth. Okay. I don't know the behemoth, but what I know and what should be sufficient for the early game is it has a module on it that provides a FIDSI bonus, right? FIDSI is food, industry, dust, science, not influence. Okay, so just FIDS. It has a FIDS bonus. Does it show here? Yes, it does. You see that plus 10 and the little violet dot in the middle is missing. You have a yellow corner, green, blue and orange. That's dust, food, industry and science. So plus 10 in the early games is pretty ridiculous. So I think I'm gonna leave the guy here. I did experiment a bit. If you move him off, this bonus goes. So he really has to orbit the system. The second thing he can do is launch mining probes on planets that can bring you additional resources. Now we got a couple planets here that might be relevant for that. We have a jungle. We are colonizing a jungle currently. Got some elo, that is good. They give us extra influence to Hissho, of course. So I think we're gonna put some mining operation on the Ashen planet. And the mining operation gives you a percentage of the output of the system. So we can just check it out like here. And it goes away once you colonize the planet or once a cooldown wears off. So if we put it here, you can see it gives us in the bottom left 0 food, but 1.8 industry, 0.7 dust, and a tiny bit of science in 0.1. We could also put it here for a more diverse output, a little extra food, and here for less of that. But I think we're gonna go with the industry. That's just so important early game. I don't think any of the add-ons change this. So let's put the probe here. We can't colonize this planet, so it should be safe to have a mining operation there for a while. And there we go. That gives us a whooping 57 industry. I think that is pretty nice. We got plus 10 and plus 2, I think. Where's that? 22 from planet. I guess it's in the planet output somewhere, the mining operation. And to further boost this, we're going to start building the drone networks, probably followed by the Xeno-industrial infrastructure. It gives us plus 10 per planet, plus 10 per temperate. Now we're hot, hot, hot. Everybody's hot, okay. And plus 10 for fertile. Yeah, we are fertile. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good on this system. So it's gonna be every planet we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so we can get plus 40. We can then get an additional 10 for fertile, 50, and an additional 10 here. So we're gonna be up to plus 60. So plus 100% of industry. That seems pretty useful. So we're gonna put with the plus 10 from the drone networks. That should go a little bit faster. Good, so that is done. I think that takes care of our system for now. We can't really mess with the population. We can't really yet I mean, we could colonize one of these, but yeah, I think we'll keep that for a little bit later. Now, second step is gonna be the Senate screen, or rather the political screen. And here we got one free slot for a law. We have the Jingoist Joy Bill. Extra manpower on the systems, but that is just defensive manpower, not really the manpower we have available for fighting. We get a bonus on our special resource, on our K, for fighting plus 10 per empire at war. Oh, and war declarations are free. They don't cost influence anymore. That is actually relevant because they might be pretty expensive. Okay, and what else can we get? Super tax acts. We get extra... but it costs us pretty much approval, so no. Hissho Act. Super tax acts. Hissho Holiday Act. What? Bonus after ground battle, bonus after space battle. 10% less industry, no thank you. -1 per colonized systems, no thank you. -1 per colonized systems with... Oh, systems with ancestral reverence queued don't count. -1. Is that -1 per turn? Because I don't think we make... Yeah, we don't make any currently. And 75 makes us pretty much happy. So we have a +5 food, +5 influence. We also get an empire-wide bonus, I think. 15 dust, 15 science. Ooh, we can only have 2 systems. Current number of star systems at maximum over which... Okay, okay, so that is different for the Hissho as well. We don't really seem to have a maximum number of planets, which is just great. But we have a number of planets before that we can colonize before we take a hit on the cost it takes to colonize. So we should only colonize a couple and then the rest take them by war, which, I mean, that suits me just fine. We can do that. Okay, so nothing to do in the law screen. Economy screen becomes relevant down the line, but currently not really. So we can skip that one. Now the tech tree. That is the very important part of the game. How do we want to start? I think we got a good start on industry with this here building, Xeno Industrial Infrastructure. We might eventually want the interplanetary transport networks. Also to see Hyperion, if we have any. But Not that relevant currently. Marketplace, not really. We're not making that much dust. I think at the start we really want to just try and grow the empire fast. Extra troop health, not really. Colonize Ash might be relevant. But let's first wait. How long will that take me? 7 turns. Yeah, let's first wait. What we definitely want is growing our planet a little faster. So I think we'll start with some basic food production buildings. This is a unique building, but this here... +5 per hot and +5 per planet. Yeah, that seems pretty great, because we do have a lot of hot planets in this system. And I also want the public-private partnerships. I think that's my holy... There we go. My holy triangle. We have the basic industry building, basic food building, basic science building. After that, we can go into specializing and whatnot, but I think these are just a must-have starting out the empire. I think, but I mean, you guys experienced in the game, you can let me know in the comments if I'm completely messing this up already. Military, I mean, yeah, it's just taking inventory of what we already have, not too interesting. We have a hero. Let's check out the hero. Kogeba Brightblade has joined your empire. And he has, what is that, an e-cigarette? A little, that's like a little projector on his... That is interesting. What is that good for? For strategic planning everywhere? Or so you can... I would like to have that. You can have a PlayStation game everywhere where you have a white wall. Just projected on the screen. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. Hero management. This guy is a Guardian, okay. Guardian focuses on fleet warfare and industrial production. Perfect. I love you already. Guardian ship is oriented towards attack, carrying more weapon modules to pack an additional punch for the fleet. Ah, that makes my tea just taste so much better. Okay, let's see what you can do. He gets experience by finishing buildings. But I think... I played previously already, so I think... to my knowledge, it takes 8 turns when I assign him to a scout to reassign him. So I think that's what I want to do for starters. I want to assign him to a scout. And we don't really have skills yet. No, we don't. And let him gain some experience scouting our surroundings. And then we'll transfer him to a system. Because he does have pretty decent bonuses. Yeah, that one. Ooh, but that is a... Hang on. Okay, we need to do some math. The drone networks is 160. 6, 12, 18. Okay, so we would need to get up to 80 to be able to do it in 2 turns. That is 23 extra. We cannot do that. We would grow population a little faster though. But I don't think that is... Well, it is very relevant, but I think we can risk it to put him on a ship. Yeah, I think so. Because the bonus is that if he's with the scouting fleet, he could actually fight some enemies. So, Peregrine, take the hero. Thank. Okay, gonna confirm it. There we go. Okay, now it takes 8 turns, I think. Let's check it out. Yeah. 8 turns until I can reassign him. That's okay. And then he can go to the system here and provide additional stuff. Okay, so we got blue cap mold on the system, which is a pretty good strategic resource to have. Because it does give you science boost when you level up your system, but more on that later. And we got Dustidious trees. That gives you a dust bonus, obviously. Where are those? I only saw blue cap mold. Here's Dustidious trees. Here's blue cap mold. This here's a life form. I don't see Dustidious trees. Okay. Whatever. Do we have a stockpile of that? No. +0. +0. Huh. Weird. Oh, I know. Maybe. We have population. Okay, yeah. Population can be boosted in its growth. That is a tool for you that you have to manage which population groups should be the strongest. And love these guys doing Tai Chi here, by the way. That is... I don't know if that's supposed to be funny or serious, but to me it's... yeah, it's both. I love the art style, but I love that these guys are doing a kind of Tai Chi here, standing in the background. Fierce and aggressive. Hissho are fearless in battle, driven by a sense of honor and respect for tradition. They prefer war to peace, as do I. And these guys... oh yeah, they're pretty much religious robots, which, I don't know, that's funny in itself. Doesn't need a funny picture. And these, what I was going at about is require certain resources to boost their growth, and those are the Dustidious trees for the religious robots, and the blue cup mold for our own Hissho. So that's why we know about these two resources. We don't have them available. You only have the blue cap mold, which is pretty great because we need it for Hissho population boost. Hissho is a great population type because they give you +1 industry, and it's also great for leveling up systems because it gives you additional science. So far I'm not complaining about our start. Now, which way to go? We are in one arm of the galaxy, so I think if we go down here, we'll reach the end probably here. So this here should be the shorter route, right? That is me and my theory. So let's just try and go there. Before we do though, we can... oh no. We can check out the anomaly. Here. Let's check out what we have here. We do have titanium here, so hopefully that is a good blue cap mold. Okay. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna be swimming in that stuff. Effects with a system dilemma, +1 per thing and +1 per other thing. Oh, that is pretty cool. Nice, okay. And now we have one more probe, but the other one's gonna regenerate in 2 turns, and now you can fly down here, and let's see what we can find. Nothing. Okay, so much for that theory. Can the brood ship defend itself? I think it can. Let's just have the brood ship as well. Fly out as well, I mean. I know it's a bit risky. And it doesn't really scout anything, it just cuts a straight narrow path through the fog of war. As you can see, it has no module for vision, as if this guy actually has a bit of vision. But once we come to a system and the system's good, we can immediately colonize, which the early game, as you guys know, in any 4X is pretty crucial, so we want a quick start. Okay, so we plant this, we plant our signs, we have the behemoth here, who has a radius for improved K production. I think when we fight inside his radius, we get extra K. I think that's how it works. And I think we are pretty much ready. You can guard the system so you don't annoy me. Pretty much ready to end the turn. Feels good to be back. The game just has something, I don't know. The art style is just so beautiful. And what is so satisfying is, like, you know how I do this? I just scroll in here. I just press space and go back. And it's like, it's so fluid and seamless. It's just fun to play. Okay, so here we got a new system, also with blue cap mold. We got an ash planet that we can't colonize yet, but we should get another ash. Ooh, a desert. Oh, they changed desert. Okay, it used to be dust production, and another desert, and an arid one. Okay, with 2 curiosities in it. Oh, that is gonna be an industry system if I ever saw one. That looks pretty amazing. For that one, we do need to go the atmospheric filtration. Yeah, I think I'm gonna queue that up third, so we can colonize the ash planets. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense to me. Okay, now our scout's still flying up to nowhere. So much for my theory that it's the shorter path. I think I'll leave the colonizer hanging out here. Sorry for that noise, guys. I don't think it's good to have him scout more, because if this gets attacked, I can pretty much restart the game. It has no defense. It has a decent amount of HP, but yeah, if we lose that ship, it is bad. And I can hardly imagine, though it takes us 3, 10, 13 turns to actually be able to colonize Ash, so we might produce a second colony ship. Yeah, we'll see about that. But I think for now I'm gonna have it stationed here. 13 turns is quite a bit of time. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave him stationed there, just to be safe, because he can't really fight. What the Hissho have against other races, by the way, their scouts are pretty decent. I mean, he has 71 attack, 72 attack already, 187 armor, so that's no joke. That guy could fight. Against other scouts, that is. And also we have the hero ship on here, so hopefully we can meet somebody that we can shoot out of the sky, because that is, as I know, the favorite pastime of the Hissho. What I didn't mention, by the way, we can use that K resource, which I won't do, but we have homeland defense, which, yeah, not that great. I mean, we can usually, if you get attacked... Oh, hang on. Effects on colonized. 800 damage done to invader. Okay, so yeah, it is really for defense. It would be awesome if it is for offense. But, yeah, so it's for defending against invasions, which if you have that problem, usually you have other problems anyway. This one here, though, it is the war banners. Fleets appear to have greater military power, which is pretty cool. The apparent health seen by enemies. So your ships look healthier, tougher than they really are, but you get extra vision and extra movement points, which is pretty useful. And if we're inside that K zone of the behemoth, we get even more. So nice. This one seems pretty cool. We get plus 25 production, and in the behemoth K zone we get another 20%, so plus 45% production on a system, if I read that correctly. Yes, please. Yes, please. It costs a little titanium. It costs 5k. I have no clue how fast we can earn that yet. But yeah, and then the other one is the Order of the Red Blade, which just gives you plain 20% armor and damage. Also very cool. It's a bit more expensive though, but it can certainly turn the tide in the mid to early game. Anyway, guys, that's it. We did the first turn. Well, let's do another one. I can't help myself. I want to know where this scout goes. I want to know what love is. Okay. Sorry for that. It just came out. There we go. That's just great. Okay. So much for my theory, right? It's gonna be it's gonna be the shortest route. It was the longest route, and it didn't even lead to a solar system. These here are... Why wouldn't you give me... Okay, I have to go over here. These here are special systems that if your influence touches those, we get additional bonuses. Pretty strong additional bonuses, actually. But it is this cone of influence that needs to go over the middle point of this system, so that's gonna be a while. Around turn 60 or so, I think, if even that. So yeah, not gonna happen anytime soon. But it gives us additional experience. We can now shoot some probes. So I think we will do that. Just in general, see what's out there in this direction. And then have the scout come down here. So next turn we can learn if this here is the cul-de-sac, or if the system goes on over here. And probably we're going to use the colonizer to explore one of these routes. I'm feeling risky today. Anyway, that's going to be it for the episode, though. We're going to do that next episode. We got a nice start so far. We got a good potential system. Just takes a bit of research to get there. And what we need now is an enemy to fight, so we can bring up these K resources, because the exploring doesn't... Well, it does help a bit, but it could be more, right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, feedback, whatever you want to tell me in the comments is always welcome. I'm always happy about that, and take my time to respond and read. And other than that, enjoy your day. Have a good one. See you around for the next episode.